Ja, was habe ich die letzten 3 Tage hier erlebt? Fernsehen, National Geographic, die sind alle weg. Also, das ist wirklich exklusiv hier auf Let's Visit Earth. Ja, ich bin ja selber noch ein bisschen überwältigt davon, was ich hier die letzten 3 Tage erlebt habe. Und ich weiß auch gar nicht, wie ich diese Geschichte nachher richtig rüberbringen kann, weil das finde die richtigen Worte noch nicht so richtig dafür. Weil das war doch viel, viel mehr, als ich erwartet habe. Es war was ganz anderes, was ganz Besonderes. Und angefangen hat alles, als ich in Auckland gelandet bin. Hier habe ich mich nach einem Campervan umgeschaut und dabei Wirmu und seine Frau Anna kennengelernt. Die beiden unterrichten alte Maori-Spiele und Techniken und bringen diese zurück an Schulen und geben Workshops. Und als in Waitangi einen Kurs gegeben hat, bin ich natürlich hin, um mir das Ganze einmal anzuschauen.
So you're just gonna go, and then what will happen is your lips will start vibrating, just like you're trying to say the word P or the letter P. So you just do that, and then that's as hard as I'm blowing. To initiate the sound.
Da Minderjährige und Jugendliche auf dem Kurs waren, durfte ich das Ganze nicht filmen, aber trotzdem einige Einblicke in die Kultur der Maori erhalten. Wenn euch der eine oder andere Abschnitt etwas zu lang sein sollte, könnt ihr einfach die Kapitelfunktion nutzen und zum nächsten Abschnitt springen. What was your name?
Joe. This is my rākau. Te ingoa tēnei rākau. E māmangu. This is tānei kaha. From my maunga, one kainga. These are tui feathers for a native bird of New Zealand. It's been fire hardened, so it gives it strength, gives it resiliency. This is not a taiaha, this is a koi koi. So before there was weapons, we had an instrument called a ko, which is an ancient shovel. So if you picture, there was a little peg that came out to the side. There was a ko. So you'd use that to dig. When we had to defend ourselves, break it off. You have one sharp end. So this is called a koi. Koi meaning sharp. And this rākau is a koi koi because it's got 2 sharp ends. But we've got the tinana, the body here, and then this is the huruhuru, or the feathers, or the hair. Once the body is flattened out into a blade, and you have a upoko here, or a head, then it becomes a taiaha. So this is in between a digging tool and a fighting weapon. This rākau is the one I use for a lot of my mahi. So karakia, kaupapa like this, I'll bring this. It's a kaitiaki. You'll see it dug in the ground most of the time, and I use that like an umbilical cord or connection back into the whenua to remind me what the kaupapa is, to pull me back. So when we are in these spaces at the workshop, you can end up going on big journeys, but you always got to remember to come back to the kaupapa. So most of the time this will be dug in somewhere, hence the ends had it. You'll see that these feathers, they're not beautiful, because this is a mahi rākau. This is one that's made to work. It's not made to look choice or to look beautiful. It's made to work. So if you see a taiaha and it's all raggedy and it's all worn down, that's the taiaha you need to watch out for, because that's the one that gets used all the time. You see all these nice pretty flash ones. Those are usually stored on bookshelves and are just there just for show. So don't ever look at a rākau and judge it on how it looks and think, wow, if it looks flash, they must be dangerous. No, the most dangerous ones are the most rugged ones. The ones that are used all the time, ones that have taken on the mauri of all the mahi that person's done. I've done thousands upon thousands of hours of karakia with this rākau. I've hit people with this rākau, but it's always taken care of me. So I love to let people play with it, touch it, use it, because I know this rākau will look after them, because this is what I created it for. So yeah, te ingoa o tēnei rākau, the name of this rākau is Māmangu. Mangu meaning black, Mā meaning as like an intensifier. So yep, it's definitely black. Fire hardened, so over the flames of the wood from my maunga. So we had some manuka wood that I had taken off the maunga, and that was at my house, and I just fire hardened it over the flames. So what that does, that takes all the moisture out of the rākau and then hardens it, so you can barely bend it. And because it's tānei kaha, it's a very, very natural, very, very hard wood, very light, so really good for quick strikes. This one is tānei kaha, so very, very hard to find tānei kaha. Doesn't grow everywhere, only grows in a select few areas. But yeah, this one is off my maunga, down in a place called Whananaki, which is on the east coast here, probably another maybe 80 k's down the coast. So the feathers, most of the time they're used for distraction. So you'll see the wiri, you'll see people waving them like this. So while they're busy looking at the feathers, bang, hit them with the other end. Mainly a distraction thing. But then your rākau starts taking on the characteristics of the feathers you put on there. So this is tui. Tui is a very quick, agile bird, beautiful songbird, native to these bushes here. They are the black bird with the white feather underneath its underneath on its korokoro, on its throat. And one of the iconic birds here in Aotearoa. Other feathers that people have used, other native birds such as what's the most? Our pigeons are really, really good ones, hard to come by. Kukupa, our eagles, you'll see our seahawks, those are real cool ones. But some people, they'll go get rooster feathers, they'll go get turkey feathers, but I was taught that whatever feathers or huruhuru that you put on your rākau, then your rākau takes on the characteristics of that bird. So for me, tui, very agile, very quick, very fast, and sings beautiful songs.
Und dort habe ich auch von einem ganz besonderen Event erfahren.
So everybody's welcome to come if you want to be here for that. Yeah.
Ich wusste nicht genau, was es ist, habe meine Sachen einfach gepackt, sag, okay, vielleicht kriege ich ein paar interessante Bilder zusammen, könnte was Spannendes sein. Ja, und bin dann Freitag früh dann nochmal dahin wieder zurück. Das Zeremonienboot ist ja nur der Anfang und es kommt jetzt noch was viel, viel Cooleres. Ging es auch langsam los und habe auch mal gemerkt, so am Strand, da sind immer mehr Leute, da bauen sich immer mehr Leute auf mit immer mehr Kameras und Gerätschaften. So, okay, das ist wohl was Größeres, was da irgendwie passiert. Small interview, what you're doing.
Small interview? I don't know if I can tell you what I'm doing. Might be a secret.
Ich sitze hier gerade am Strand mit meiner Ausrüstung. Und im Hintergrund, da seht ihr sie vielleicht. Das sind die von National Geographic, also das sind richtig coole Leute. Ja, die sind sogar zu dritt. Die haben einen Kameramann dabei, Tontechniker. Die Regisseurin ist mit dabei und es sollen sogar noch mehr Leute kommen. Und hinterher haben die auch noch so einen Editor, der das Ganze für die schneidet. Ich mache das komplett alleine jetzt hier. Und ich finde, das ist doch ein Abo wert, oder? Ich bringe euch an die richtig coolen Orte. Ich verdiene nicht mal Geld damit, muss alles alleine machen. Und ich bringe euch an noch viel interessantere Orte. Mittlerweile zähle ich sogar 5 Personen, die da rumlaufen. Alle mit Headsets miteinander verbunden zum Koordinieren. Also damit kann ich hier leider nicht auffahren. Aber ich tue mein Bestes. Okay, dann sind die mit ihrem Kanu auch ausgelaufen. Ich habe das versucht, möglichst gut in die Kamera zu kriegen, um euch jetzt ein paar Bilder von zu zeigen.
Today we're commemorating the 40th anniversary of Hokulea, which was a voyaging canoe from Aotearoa from Hawaii that arrived in Aotearoa, New Zealand 40 years ago. It was the first craft that was using traditional navigation and sailing schools, which replicated the stories of our ancestors that our people came here on purpose with knowledge of the stars to guide them. So it's all the recreation of that, remembering that, and since then we have several ocean-going canoes that use traditional navigation that were built in New Zealand, and we have our own navigators now that relearnt the art of traditional navigation and traditional sailing. Aroha mate, I gotta go.
Ja, das Schiff war so für 13, 14 Uhr angekündigt. Ich dachte, okay, ist ja noch reichlich Zeit. Habe noch Glück gehabt, dass ich dann kurz den Gastgeber erwischt habe von der Maori-Gemeinde.
Ja, kia ora, ko Ngāti Kawa, tōku ingoa, no Waitangi ahau, Ngāti Kawa, Ngāti Rahiri, te mata rahurahi oku hapu. Yeah, just introduction. I'm the chairman of Te Tiriti o Waitangi Marae. Grew up here. Our family descendants of the chiefs who signed the 2 sacred covenants that were signed here, 1835, Declaration of Independence, He Whakaputanga, and Te Tiriti o Waitangi, 1840. So our families are direct descendants of those chiefs, and we live here to look after the place and the people. So all the big decisions were over there, Taurangatira, the place where the chiefs gathered to make, or to hui, have a meeting, discuss the kaupapa, and they made all the decisions there. So that's a significant site for our people who live here. But then they went across to the current treaty grounds and they signed the document over there. Both documents actually. Yeah, today's a special day. It's the event's called Te Hirihiri o Te Rā, and that's about that ancestor right on top of the house there. It's our tupuna, our ancestor Te Rā, and he is a shining light. And so that's what Te Hirihiri o Te Rā is. And there's a kohatu on the corner over there of the fence that was left here in 1985 by the Hokulea. And today is the 40th year celebration of that significant occasion back then. And we're welcoming Hokulea, Hikianalia, and our Hawaiian whanaunga, Ngāti Rua Wāhia. They're arriving here in about an hour or 2. Ngā toki mata whārua, our wakataua, wakanu, is already on the water. They're paddling out there, chanting. You can hear sounds of the haka. And they're going to lead the waka haurua into the bay here and onto the beach here in Waitangi. And then they're going to gather up down at Taurangatira, and then we're going to call them all the way over here to receive a warm welcome from our elders, our kaumātua, and our families who live here. So it's going to be I'm really excited about today, and remembering all our connections as kin. We're all related right through Te Moana Nui a Kiwa. So today's a really good day to showcase our culture and our indigenous ways of thinking, and to celebrate kaumātua elders who were here way back in 1985. Sir James Henare, who was here to welcome Hokulea back then, and he gave them, or bestowed this, I guess, a privilege upon them, called them the 6th tribe of Te Tai Tokerau. And that's where the Hawaiians and their tribe Ngāti Rua Wāhia was born. And so we're here to celebrate our kaumātua who did that, along with, he was sitting alongside our chairman of the time, Tupi Puriri. So he was the chairman of our marae here back then. And then there was also some encouragement for people to revitalise or revive the traditions of celestial navigation. And then our kaumātua heke nuku mai puhipi, Suhik, he picked up the challenge, and then he built the Waka haurua, te aurere, and then did a huge, travelled right around Te Moana Nui a Kiwa to connect all our people. And that's an amazing journey that he did, and all of his mahi. And so we're going to acknowledge them tomorrow and celebrate their legacy and all the great mahi they did. And we're the next generation who's following along their footsteps to help that kaupapa grow some more, and then hopefully inspire our next generation to get involved and to maybe become the next generation of navigators, and to go out there onto the moana and to connect again. And hopefully there's an opportunity for our youth, our rangatahi, tai tamariki. Hopefully they can connect with this kaupapa, and maybe one day we'll do some cultural exchanges. Maybe our people can go over to Hawaii and live over there for a little bit with the family in Ngāti Rua Wāhia, or all those other families and islands, and get some experience about how they live, learn about their customs and their traditions and their way of doing things, and then hopefully they'll send young ones over here as well to learn about our Māori way of life, and learn about I guess our ancient traditions and customs and rituals and ceremonies. So that's a bit of an aspiration that we're hoping will happen one day. So we can talk about that while we're here today, tomorrow, and in the morning. Actually, tomorrow morning, 5 a.m, is a new carved pillar that Ngāti Rua Wāhia have put in place to replace their old one. They put one here in 1992, and we've just replaced it, and it's going to get unveiled tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. So it should be a really, I guess, be quite a bit of an emotional time. Having a new carving is going to be here long into the future. So it's good. It's a symbol of their people, and it's good to have it here in our home amongst our ancestors who are also standing side by side over there. 5 a.m. is pretty early for people, so they've got to choose whether they go back to bed or wake up and come and experience this once in a lifetime moment. So I wouldn't miss it if I was, especially we're living here. Get to be there, and we can tell the stories to our mokos that we were there. We saw it, we witnessed it, we're all part of it. And so, yeah, never know. Our mokos in 100 years' time ago, oh, that was my tupuna, he was there. And so that's a pretty cool thing to think about. Things said in history books about Māori, and yeah, they think that we were poor and they think we were savage and those kind of things they say. But you know, I got a different point of view, because when our ancestors arrived here 1,000 years ago, this land was rich with resources. We had the biggest trees in the world. Birds were just, you know, everywhere, galore. And then the sea life, mammals, you know, and food everywhere. We had, you know, seafood, kaimoana, we had fresh water, we got resources for houses. We had actually a lot of abundance. And so I don't agree that we were poor or savage, because we had all this access to resource, and we were actually the wealthiest in the world. So yeah, I like to remind people of that our indigenous peoples had wealth and had resource and had abundance, and because of that we could survive easier, and we were actually very well off. Yeah, and our culture evolved and developed, and you know, you can see it all in our kapahaka today and tāmoko and our fabrics, korowai, you know, our oratory. Yeah, it's just high quality. So that's how I look at it. And yeah, our people became really powerful, especially at the time of the signing of these documents in 1835 and 1840. We were one of the wealthiest nations on the planet. We had strong, healthy, athletic people, no disease. We, you know, fit, athletic. We had good communal ways of living. We cared for nature, and yeah, just had huge potential. And I think that's about to come back. I think in this era, I think Māori, you know, we had 200 years of challenges and trauma and things due to colonization, but I think we're processing all of that and discovering. We're on a journey of self-discovery, discovering who we are and what we actually possess and what we're capable of. And I think it's going to be in the next 10, 20, 30 years that I think the world is going to kind of see the beauty of our language and our culture and our history and our heritage. And I think indigenous people worldwide are very much the same as Māori in terms of spirituality and our belief. And so yeah, I think that's all going to start to come back to the forefront now, and our indigenous people is going to lead the way to make this a better place to live in. So yeah, hopefully yeah, we're on that track now, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, anyway, thank you for the quick interview. I've got to actually help do things with all these.
Der Wind frischt auf. Wind is coming up. Blown off the chairs. Das ist wirklich hinter den Kulissen jetzt hier. That's really behind the scenes.
I'm here for Te Karere TVNZ. Yeah, Te Karere TVNZ. Just waiting for the waka to come in. I could see some people coming over. They look like Hawaiians.
I want to make video about the people here. Interesting people. Also of you, for example, maybe a normal day in your life, what you're doing at the television station. I think I could learn a lot from you, no? How to prepare the things, what questions are good to ask.
Oh, it takes a while. But I've got a bit of a deadline. Our deadline is 3 o'clock, and I'm trying to see who's coming over. Okay. O tēnā, he ha te kaupapa o te rānei?
Te kaupapa o te rānei I te mō mātou nā tuki mata whaurua.
Nā, kua whāte koutou no te unga mai o tēnei waka, I whakarauora mai ngā kaupapa kaumoana koto, brother, prata.
Teina.
Teina, kēra, tētahi o ngā kaumoana tuatahi o Aotearoa kia whakarauora mai tēnei tikanga. Kōrero hia mai mo te tupunga ake o te kaumoana ki Aotearoa?
Te wā tūtaki ahau ki nai noa, e noho ana hui poi hākana I tera wā. Ka hoki me hau ki te kau, ki te krihi me toku whānau, me o mātane whānau.
O koe te wā kia tāua I te rangatira. Joe Conrad, ka pene o ngā tuki mata whaurua hongi. Tēnā koe.
Tēnā.
There you go.
Okay.
What have you told her?
I've been standing on there for an hour, 2 hours, and I'm trying to go to the toilet.
Okay.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say it, but I told her that she asked me the question, how were we involved in all this? So my involvement started way back in 1983 when I came back from Australia. I was living there and finally met Naino sitting and talking to my dad. I came home for Christmas, and after we learned what he was after and what he was seeking, and Mao and Pinky, he asked my father, you have 8 sons. We would like one of your sons to be a part of this journey and part of this rediscovery of the Hokulea is doing around the Pacific Ocean. So obviously Stanley, my younger brother, was the one that was selected to do the voyaging canoe and be a part of it. And I'm also part of the Ngātoki, the Wakataua, and where do we see this kind of, I suppose, culture with the, and I think I'm very proud that I think the greatest thing that way back since 1985, the landing of Hokulea here, and the seed that been planted in Hector, Uncle Hector, so Hector Busby, and what he'd done to work with those people like Nainoa and Pinky and Mao, and how the explosion of this building of voyaging wakahaurua canoes has happened all around the Pacific Ocean. Now some of our countries got 5, 6, 3 or 4 of voyaging canoes all around, and Ngāhira Mai Tawhiti has just come back from Samoa. The amount of navigators that are now learnt and being taught, and I don't think that tradition will ever get lost again like in the past. So I'm so proud that at the rediscovery of using celestial navigation and all that, and it's now deeply entrenched in our cultures, and that's a great thing to the dreams like Mao and Naino and those guys have given not only Aotearoa, but the whole goddamn Pacific Ocean. Everybody knows now, and where our people knew where they were going. Our people had engineering skills, and we weren't like what the books wrote about us. We knew who we are, and we still know who we are, and just strengthens all indigenous cultures around the world if they follow us, Polynesians or Pacific Ocean sailors. That's it.
Thank you. I think the Polynesians are the best navigators in the world. No?
Yep. Are they ready to go?
Okay. Thank you very much. No?
Yep.
Is it okay if I put you and interviewing him a few moments on my video?
Oh, yeah, should be okay. We're speaking Māori, eh?
Yes.
Yes, that should be alright.
Okay.
Same thing like our ancestors 1,000 years ago. They didn't have a compass or any technology like what we got now with a GPS. You know, people use that a lot today, but 1,000 years ago, they were great observers of nature. They understood the stars, where they're positioned, any time of the year, and they're able to use the stars to find their way around the biggest ocean in the world. And then, the winds, the bird migrations, whales, all the debris floating around, and they're actually experts at understanding how nature works. So I reckon that's pretty cool. I reckon, all that's been passed down to these ones who are I would say they're the best in the world too. Yeah, so they're still doing the journey. But I think one other thing it shows, because there's a lot of people in our country who don't even know about that history. Māori, we definitely know about how our ancestors had the most advanced marine technology in the world. Conquered that ocean way before Captain Cook and way before all the Europeans. So our ancestors were elite and experts, pros. They were just amazing. And so it's really, really glad that the current generation today have learned how to do it all and putting it all into practice, that knowledge that they carry. And so that's just, amazing. It's just, got to give them a lot of credit for them putting in the time, investing the energy to keeping it all alive. So it's just, we got some of the best. And so, hopefully the next generation can appreciate that and, take it all on board. It's, eventually, all this generation are going to pass away, and who's going to be the next to step up? That's the big question. Who's going to carry these traditions on our behalf once we all pass away, and who's going to carry that legacy on? That's really what we are here for today, to help encourage the young ones to get involved and be part of it.
Ja, so wie ich es mitbekommen habe, ich bin ja hier und da drüben. Da werden sie wo anlanden, in Empfang genommen, also wo ein bisschen was gemacht werden. Und dann, wenn sie von da an wieder hierher zurückziehen, ist hin und her mit meinem Grumpel ein bisschen schwierig aktuell. Jetzt habe ich es doch noch rüber geschafft hier. Gerade so.
Toki kuru patu patu maha te toki nei, I aua mihi maha te toki nei, I aua maha. He kau ki te tai e, he kau ki te tai e, he kaura e tāne.
O iwi kau I kaua, o kaua kai kua ana, o kalani kaulele I iwi, ua ku I kahi.
Maui o papa I kani au. O ha ho kai ao kala kaua e hua.
Mua e hiwa, marama o hana he.
E poli ka.
Ua hiwa ole.
Amoho heino.
Amoho heino, ka hoko ke le pono he.
Aba.
Holawai ka honua aina kau I ho lewa moku o hi akano e au he akua.
Ko ka mapu leo kani, o ha ko ha.
Ka huli ki lau e a lana me he maala.
Ka huli ki lau e a lana me he maala.
Hamuri atu ka tāhainga atu tētahi kōrero, ka hoke atu te mihi ki te rangatiro o Hawaii, ngā kōrero hakaotia.
wurden dann auch weiter Reden gehalten, es wurde gesungen, es wurden Zeremonien durchgeführt. Ein Großteil davon habe ich gar nicht verstanden, allein schon sprachlich, weil es in Maori war. Aber ich glaube, da war jedes Mal auf jeden Fall mit eine Menge Humor dabei.
Kei ngā tuakana o ngā puhi, hoki mai. Nā wanara tēnā hina tai amohi ai. Ka titirere a pūkanga para noa para kōwiri, a kina mai a para wai a para mai. Tuana te whenua tati pati te moana.
Ika wai hu, ika wai kaua ka nehme kanaloa. E wai kuna, e wai ilu, e wai mana, e wai ola no ea. Tui atu, tui mai, tui kalapalapa. Wai inu i ta awalai. Mate ona i ta kuae.
In the performances that you saw, the young men and women in the yellow and gold wearing, they really were talking about our tradition of Waka. And so the men were bringing down these huge logs, carving them out and making them into double-hulled canoes. And then the women were doing what they were so good at, is gathering the pigs, the dogs, beating the kapa, the clothing, to prepare for the voyage ahead. And then you saw them get into a canoe and paddle and then make their way to their new homeland. And it's really the story of us finding a home, our next home, and our next home, from our origins, populating all of the Pacific. My name is Kaleo Trinidad. I'm the kumuhula of Kamehameha Schools. Kamehameha Schools is located in Honolulu, Hawaii. It was founded in 1887 by Bernice Poahi Bishop. She used all of her lands to build a school that now has 3 major schools, one on Oahu, one on Maui, and one on Big Island, and 30 preschools. all of her lands, all of the monies that come in from those lands go to educate Native Hawaiian children. Yeah, we call ourselves the land crew. So we're the ones that fly in, and then we come and then we meet with the people and the Marae, Titi Marae, and we get here before the boat does, and we prepare for them in advance, and we help them culturally, we support them culturally, and we reach out, we do cultural reach into the communities that they're visiting. 40 years ago, our Wa'a sailed in, and like all of the tribes across New Zealand, they can trace their Wa'a landing in Aotearoa. And so this was the first time in many hundreds of years that a traditional Pacific Wa'a or canoe landed in Aotearoa. And when our canoe landed here in this area, Waitangi area, we were recognized, and they said, "Oh, you landed here in the Wa'a, just like our kupuna did. You must be not the fifth tribe, the sixth tribe of the Taitokera region, which is this region here." And so one of their kupuna said that, and then we've been building our relationship for 40 years. And we've had a carving that was put up when I was a student in high school, and I was able to help put that there, and that was in 1992-ish. And then tomorrow morning we will put up a new popo, or what we call ki'i, and that recognizes us as a part of this region. And it represents the demigod, Hawaiian demigod, Maui, who did supernatural things. And he was also a very, very excellent fisherman. And Aotearoa says that Maui pulled up the islands. So we named our pole after the demigod Maui. What we saw today is really the coming together of family and the deeper understanding of how Hawaii and Aotearoa, New Zealand, is related, and recognizing our rich cultural past and our abilities as people of the Pacific, what we call Moana Nui Akea, Moana Nui Akiwa, the accomplishments of our ancestors, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and their ability to sail at will back and forth across the ocean, and also to grasp our sovereignty, grasp who we are, and also hold on to the things that make us rich, which is our culture, which is our language, which are our traditions, which is Waka, which is sailing. And today, what I believe, what you're seeing, is the momentum that's been building up, like we've been saying today, for 40 years. It's really the fruit of all the goodness and all the work that our communities and our families have been working on. And so you're seeing oratory, and you're hearing songs, and you're seeing whole sections of people that don't really know each other stand up together and chant and sing and express our feelings as who we are as a people of Pacific, united. And so the real message of today is Pacific unity, remembering who our grandparents and our kupuna are, and then bringing out in front of everyone to see, the world to see, that the people of the Pacific are alive.
Also ich darf hier übernachten, und er hat nochmal bestätigt, tatsächlich die Leute am Strand und alles, die Performance und was das war, die Hawaii Landcrew. So, anstrengender Tag, der offizielle Teil ist jetzt durch mit der Zeremonie, die essen jetzt was, also Buffet ist eröffnet. Gab es eben da was zu essen, und ja, ich habe auch erst gar nicht so, okay, ich bin ja nur Zuschauer, ich gehöre da nicht mehr zu, das Essen ist ja für die Leute aus Hawaii, für die Leute von der Gemeinde vor Ort, und war das so draußen, dann hat er mich auch so eine Frau angesprochen, das weiß ich noch, irgendwie, ja Mensch, drin ist ja tolles lecker Essen, geh rein, was machst du hier draußen? Und ich dachte, ja hey, also ich bin hier nur der Zuschauer, das Essen ist ja für die Gemeinde, das ist für die Gäste aus Hawaii. Und er sagt, nein, du bist hier auch eingeladen, das ist für jeden, du bist hier Gast. Ja, und so war das dann schon so der erste Schritt, wo ich dann gefühlt vom Zuschauer zum Gast geworden bin.
There's 3 different types.
Okay, bright one and dark one. National Geographic, die sind schon längst weg. Die vom Fernsehen sind längst weg. Das gibt's nur bei Let's Visit Earth. Ja, guten Morgen, es ist 4:30, 4:30 Uhr morgens in der Früh und die Veranstaltung geht noch weiter. Der wird jetzt hier heute Morgen, also gleich in weniger als einer halben Stunde, um 5 Uhr morgens hier nochmal so ein Pfahl aufgestellt.
Finalizing some of the fine-tuning the last bit of procedure.
He'll do that with everybody 3 times. Then we do the unveiling.
O Maui, pā I ka lani. E o lelo pū kako, Maui, pā, I ka lani. Wai ka inoa kia poupou, o Maui, pā I ka lani. O wai ka inoa kia poupou, o Maui, pā I ka lani.
Te koronga he hirina nou e gua tau. Kapakapa ki o tai horo nukurangi. Hiki hiki tu ana ki te papa nei o tānei tū taki nai ki te pō uri uri ki te pō tango tango. Ai kana kauna kauna kene. Titira ki ngā tai o tangarau. E hora nei ki tu. Me he pipi wharaura. Tāto te pai. Tāto te pai.
Tuhi atu, tuhi mai, tuhi talapalapa. Ua inu I ta awalai. Mate ona I ta awalai. Tulo ona I ta awalai. Ia moe ona I ta awalai. Ala mai ona I ta awalai.
And nobody knew what was happening. So I take the privilege and honor to formally welcome you all here this great and auspicious morning as we bore witness to the unveiling.
Ich finde es total beeindruckend, was für kräftige und voluminöse Stimmen die teilweise haben, also Männer und Frauen hier. Es gibt ein Mikrofon, es gibt einen Verstärker, aber das benutzen die meistens gar nicht und man hört das bis in die letzte Reihe rein. Das ist schon faszinierend.
It's a hard life being under these fellas over here. Hako ko te hea tō leo, e konei rātau, e wakaiti a tātou. Nō reira tēnā koutou.
For now, just to wrap this up, we invite you all to come and place your hand and place your Māori into these taonga. Come and place your hand on them, and then we'll get ready for breakfast.
Wari tānaha, te nani tānaha ka moia Thomas Harris, Tamati Harris, and that's the uri made this. E rima. Yeah, a Peter, yeah. Yeah, pretty big cope.
In 1835, for the signing of He Whakaputanga, in 1840, for the signing of Te Tiriti o Waitangi. The rangatira gathered here to make all those important decisions. And so I just thought I'd let you know what this is a site of significance for us here at home. So a bit of kōrero behind all these popo, and this was unveiled way back in the 1990s when Māori Marsden was still around and did the karakia for this. But that's just a brief kōrero before I kindly invite you down to the whare kai. Breakfast is ready. So just head down and into the dining room. Te ngā kau aroha. Ka pai, hara mai.
10 Uhr geht's weiter. Jetzt ist mal Frühstück. Das sind auch ganzen Fernsehteams. Ich glaube, Fernsehteams sind noch ein paar da geblieben. National Geographic, die waren dann weg ab dem Zeitpunkt, sind auch nicht wieder aufgetaucht. Eins davon habe ich geknotet übrigens. Das haben die von National Geographic nicht gemacht.
Stand away.
Right.
Ooh, what those standaways was out here.
Yeah, what tell you matu stayaways.
Runaways.
Runaways.
You know, a standaway.
Standaway. Tomato tupuna.
What's the name of the sticks? Yeah,
Ku'ili.
Really?
Yeah. It's bamboo. It's bamboo or ohe. And then it's cut. And then straight. And then it makes this sound. Just
Don't
between
stream.
the rocks or pebbles from
No, you hold it like that.
the stream.
Thumb and...
From the kukui tree. Is it the kukui tree or state tree or something? No. Seeds from the tree, yep. And then it's carved, polished, and strung together.
Is it painted or is it naturally this
Natural.
color? Naturally.
And then our ha'u, we dyed it with olena.
Yes.
Olena is ginger. Yep, it's yellow, but we dyed it with ginger. So that's how it got its yellow color.
And then our lepo'o are made of hau.
Embodiment of laka, or kinula. Is it
The
laka,
bark.
or is it?
Ja, und dann ging das wieder weiter mit Zeremonien. Es wurden wieder Reden gehalten. Das war tatsächlich sogar an Tag 2 für mich interessanter, weil da viel mehr Englischanteil drin war und da wurde am Anfang auch erstmal verschiedene Menschen gedacht und die wurden dann nochmal geehrt.
It's in our DNA to be amazing. It's in our DNA to be innovative. It's in our DNA to be brilliant. And for so long, people were trying to strip that away and make us something different. But when the canoes like Hokulea sailed to Tahiti, it reminded us of the brilliance, the ancestral wisdom, the power that we have, our ingenuity, our indigenous intelligence that is within all of us. Mahalo to everyone who joined us this morning for the unveiling of the Popo, Maui Pai Kalani, Maui who reaches towards the heavens. Maui Pa'ikalani is standing now in the place where Maui Pāmāmau was. And Maui Pāmāmau held ground in the cold, in the salt air, in this beautiful land, because of the rangatira, because of the po that were there hosting him and allowing him to be there since 1992. We took him down on Wednesday in a pretty cold Waitangi rain. And as the rain, the lani was pa maya mako. The heavens were coming upon us that day as we set Maui up. And to have this morning, the beautiful sunrise and the magic and aloha from our kupuna, our tupuna, our kaumatua, and the karakia to help unveil Maui Pa'ikalani. Thank you to everyone who came this morning. We're here to celebrate 40 years of voyaging heritage. That day in '85 changed the universe forever. Heke nukumaina Ivi Busby, Sir James Henare, these key pillars. That day was that huli. On this pai was proclaimed, because Hokulea came via voyaging canoe. Sir James Henare said, you must be the sixth tribe of the Taitokerau. And that set off a trigger of things that needed to happen. Well, sixth tribe, well, you need a name. Papa Hector Busby helped to give the name, Ngati Ruawahia. Ruawahia, we were told, is a name for the star Arcturus. Arcturus is our name for Hokulea. And as we know, Hokulea in Hawaii is our zenith star. It's directly above. And so to have that name here is a reminder, that connection to home, that this is home too. Then they said you need a popo. And that's why Maui Pāmāmau was carved by Pu'o of Honaunau, South Kona. Our master carver carved him out of Ohia and brought him here at the Kamehameha Schools, Ohana, in 1992. What an honor that he could stand for all these years. Kapai ka Ohana o Waitangi, kapai na rangatira. And now we're here today with the unveiling of Maui Pa'ikalani and the celebration of these 40 years. We'd like to kick things off with the acknowledgement of our kupuna. And we're gonna honor all of our kaumatua today. At first, I'd like to bring up one of our first speakers, Pita Tipene.
And a large part of today is to pay tribute to Sir James Henare.
Sir James, today we have the honor of his son.
Es wurden Geschenke ausgetauscht.
Jordan Suzu, Nana no I kalai a Maui Pa'ikalani.
Tirua wahia. Kuna mai tēnei taonga kia. Ki au, ki au, ki au, ki au. Ha'apono I ke kaula ka ililila. Huki au. Pano pano.
Ngani hako I ka wai pulu e lola, nolu e hulu he I ka palai. Wana e ka oe a ka wailai, wai ola I a kau I ka opua. Ola I ka wai.
Ka ia ela, hoka ia ki ka noa, ku I ke ka hei tapu. Oho ka ailani ka aina ola.
At this time, we invite forward Nainoa, Bruce, Lita, Lehua, Kaleo Manuiwa, Archie, Kala, Peia,
Tui atu, tui mai, tui kalapalapa. Wa inu I ta awalai. Mate ona I ta awalai. Tulo I ta awalai. Te atua te atua Eli tau mai.
Kawaikani o Kawa. Kawaikani o Kawa means the resounding water of Kawa. It is a kanoa, a vessel made expressly for the use of awa. This special kanoa has the mana of this event, and it has on it the symbol of the iwa, the bird that's in the center of our star compass, that always reminds us of north and how to return home. The kanoa represents hospitality, and this is a place of exquisite hospitality. I ke aloha kupono a maikai o ke ia hale nei.
Give this to you as well to carry on your waka. We want to close off this with a handover, and I'm going to ask Isaiah to do one more hakakapinga.
Kia tātou katoa, te atawhai o tō tātou wari ki eihu, Kreiti. Me te aroa o te atua, te whiwhinga tahitanga ki te wairua tapu. Ake, Amen.
Und damit war dann auch der offizielle Teil von Tag 2 durch gewesen. Auch da wieder viel mit den Leuten unterhalten, auch mit Leuten aus Hawaii, die auf dem Schiff selber drauf waren. Auch gerade am Abend viel. Wie gesagt, das ist eine unheimlich angenehme Atmosphäre gewesen. Ich bin da mit ganz vielen Leuten ins Gespräch gekommen. Das habe ich alles nicht so auf Kamera festgehalten, wollte ich auch irgendwie nicht in dem Moment. Das ist, ich möchte mich ja mit den Leuten unterhalten, ich will die kennenlernen und ja, eben auch noch eine ganz schöne Sache eben. Ich habe noch mit einer kleinen Gruppe jetzt hier gesprochen und dann nochmal, wer bist du, wo kommst du her, bist du Teil dieser Veranstaltung? Und dann habe ich erstmal so Nein gesagt, weil ich komme mir von außen, komme weder aus Hawaii noch bin ich hier von der lokalen Gruppe und tja, da hat sie auch dann gesagt, wieso bist du einfach hier so dazugekommen oder was auch immer, und dann habe ich jetzt hier die Geschichte erzählt und gesagt, ach so, du bist also auf Einladung hier, dann bist du Teil dieser Veranstaltung. Und sag kam, dass du das nicht bist, du bist Teil von dem Ganzen, du gehörst mit dazu und ja, das empfinde ich auch nochmal als eine ganz große Ehre, dass ich nicht nur dabei bin sozusagen, sondern auch sagen darf, ich bin Teil davon. Ich gehöre mit dazu. Fand ich sehr schön eben. Okay, Tag 3 der Feierlichkeiten. War eine schöne Party gestern Abend. War mal in dem Gebäude drin, da gibt es keine Bilder von. Da übernachten die anderen halt auch drin. So, und ich darf heute auch noch auf das. Ja, da seid gespannt heute, was passiert. Das ist nochmal eine Spur cooler, finde ich. Auf geht's, ne? Aber ich glaube nicht mit dem jetzt hier. Yeah, morning.
Welcome.
All right? Okay.
Yeah, you're all right.
Okay. Ich bin echt froh, dass ich hier sein kann. Ich freue mich total, ich bin überwältigt. Ich finde, das ist eine richtig große Ehre, ja? Mit dabei sein zu dürfen. Und ich kann euch mitnehmen. Und Fernsehen, National Geographic, die sind alle weg. Also, das ist wirklich exklusiv hier auf Let's Visit Earth.
We're only just supposed to be here for a very brief time. Our purpose was to farewell them as they go past the island, but also we sort of managed to negotiate with them to get them off the Waka, but they haven't got much time. They've got very limited time, but they actually have to be in Auckland. So we kind of intercepted, and they were quite humble in agreeing to our tono to come over here and connect to the history of this pro here and this whenua with the archaeology. James over here got all that. If you want to have a pātai or you've got something to ask him, just have a little bit of a wānanga on the side. The fella can tell you a lot of things, and just ask him about the archaeology here. But unfortunately we won't get time to go into all the detail of that today, because like I said, we promised them that it would only be brief and short, so they can carry on their journey. So we gave it from 11 to 1, but really we only got an hour to sit down and do this part.
Ich werde auch jetzt nicht zu viel filmen und dann nicht zu viel ins Video packen, weil das ist irgendwie doch sehr privat, finde ich jetzt hier. Ist irgendwie ein intimer Moment auch. Und den will ich nicht durch die Linse erleben, den will ich für mich selber mitnehmen. Also ich nehme euch da nur, ich gebe euch da halt nur so ein paar kleine Einblicke da rein. Und ich habe euch da halt nur so ein paar kleine Einblicke da reingegeben. Und weiß noch nicht, ob die Worte einfach noch zu schwach sind. Ehre, Dankbarkeit irgendwie. Das ist für mich was ganz Besonderes und ich bin da sehr, sehr dankbar für.
So it's a kōwairo. You know that they are. Do you live in New Zealand?
No.
Oh, so this is a kōwairo. This is another type of kōwairo. So kōwairo, 2 holes usually, or you can have holes on the side. It's a 3D printed version.
There was a pair of something
So
on the
kōwairo.
just down there.
And this is a putorino. So this is Putorino, and it talks about the moth. This is a cocoon, and it's usually about this big, the cocoon. This is a bigger version. And when she builds her cocoon, and she's inside, and then she pops her head out the top, and does a mating call to the guy. And then the male comes along and he attaches his feet to the bottom and she pulls him in. And then they mate, and she gets hungry while she's hapu, while she's pregnant, and so she kills him and she eats half of his body, and then her children come, she bears her children and she has her children and they eat the other half of him, and then they come out of this hole. And this is the one for the tamariki or the children.
Our babies are looking for over there.
One moment, caller.
Did you eat the rest of your kina?
Yes, I did, because I didn't want to hassle with it at the wharf because I was getting late. This was worried about the toilet here.
And I almost grabbed the moko.
And you can also like trumpet them too. And yeah, that's the Putorino. And this is only in Aotearoa they have this. There's nothing like this in the world. Only this is the thing that's what do you call it?
See what they're all looking at over there.
Do you guys know what it's called? A puriri moth, eh? Is it a puriri? Or what's the moth of a putorino?
Yeah.
Puriri. Puriri moth, yeah. Okay. P-U-R-I-R-I. Then we just have a ukutangi.
But you don't use the cocoon, you are inspired from the cocoon?
Yeah, the story is, the making of it is from the cocoon. Yeah. But you don't make it, you make these. But you usually carve them. This is 3D printed, this one. All the plastic ones, 3D printed, you can see but this one is a putorino, but usually it's like carved up. Some of them are really, really beautiful. The story is inspired by the cocoon. This is ukutangi. So tangi means to cry or to make a sound, and uku is clay. And I always feel like it's a cry, like a sobbing, like a wailing that women do at a tangi, at a funeral. Yeah. So when you hear kuia, when you go to a funeral, a Māori funeral in a marae, you sometimes hear them go, "Ooh," and that's the tangi or the cry of grief. Yep. And then we have the hue, and you see Hawaiians play but we don't usually beat them. We usually blow them. This one's quite a hard one to blow, but a hue, or calabash, or ipu, or taha. Hue comes from the goddess Hine Pute Hue. So Tangaroa and Tawhiri Mātia, or her brothers, were all fighting. So when Earth Mother and Sky Father, they got separated by their children. There were 6 children that cut them and pushed them apart from each other so we could have light in between us, between Rangi Nui, Sky Father, and Papa Tuanuku, Earth Mother. When that happened, some of the brothers started fighting. And Hine Pute Hue, she blew this to calm them down and to bring peace to the fighting.
But there's a lot of sake with it. Came with sake.
And sometimes you can get bigger ones and they have a it's a much more lower sound. This one's quite a higher sound. Yeah.
It's made from a dried pumpkin, I guess?
It's a gourd. Yeah, so it is a green kind of like similar to the pumpkin family, but not a pumpkin, it's a green thing. And they can be that kind of shape, or smaller, or even tiny, like this big. Can have like that big, or even smaller. And those ones, you cut the lid off and you put it on a string and you swing it around and it goes, yeah. That's all I have. And then there's the poi. The poi were first made out of raupo, which is swamp grass, and harakeke, and these are plastic ones, and wool. We use them now for kapahaka. Women use them.
They brought that waka, and then it sat in a holiday for like 3 months, and then they came up.
Good boy. Yeah. So when they were originally made, they were made very heavy in here, and they were longer, and they were used to like swing around. They were also used as weapons. If you've ever been to Tiriti, over here near Paihia, you'll see at the Tiriti roundabout a huge sculpture with wires and has big rock boulders. They represent poi. And from Uncle Kipa Munro, he said that they used to be used as weapons. So imagine like real heavy rocks or something, and then swinging them and boom, knocking people out. Also, men used to use it to make their wrists supple, to be able to use the taiaha or the patu. So a patu is like a big sharp club. Yeah, it's very thin, made out of greenstone, or mostly greenstone or wood or bone, and it'll be quite sharp around the edge, and then you just go whack. Yeah, so you go like this and go whack whack. And when you flick your wrist, or you go to stab in, you go like that, and all of that you needed a lot of wrist suppleness, and that's what the poi was for. So if you look at how I'm playing the poi, what my wrist is doing, it's moving around like that. Yeah. That's all I have for you today.
It's muscle training.
Yeah, muscle training. Oh, sorry.
And the instrument you're talking about looks a little bit like this, no, from the beginning?
Yeah, that's what a patu can look like.
A weapon,
but it's more of a rounded shape. Yeah, this is a paddle from Turtle Island. And it's another kōovo. And this. Another ukutangi. Yeah, that's another ukutangi, same as this one.
No hole on the side, only one hole.
No, yeah. Oh, it's not happening today.
But the other one has a small second hole, or?
Oh, it can have many holes if you want it to have. It's up to you, whoever's making it really. And but yeah, this just one has one hole, but some of them have. I used to have one that had 4 holes, and play it like that. Just depends. Also...
Reminds me of a ocarina a little bit.
A what? Yeah, ocarina, yeah. Yeah, and then we do have those 3D printed ocarina. And this is just a rock. This is, I think it's albatross stick. And
I think that trip, because my bag got stolen. On that trip, yeah. Like I was only supposed to be over there for 8 days. So when we landed in Tahiti.
yeah, and this is the toka or kohatu and the bone.
From your morning, I was thinking like from the airport.
Then we have
But from your morning,
porotiti.
Yeah.
So this is the porotiti, like this one here. This one's a bit rough, needs a bit of sanding down again and redoing up.
I had my laptop.
But a porotiti is used for vibrations, and it can be,
So we were over there, no ID.
it can be played. Hey fellas, I'm filming over here. No. So basically you use this for, you can play it to people that are pregnant and to the baby in the womb. Also it can clear your mare or clear your congestion if you're a bit phlegmy. And so basically it's porotiti.
The immigration in Tahiti.
Oh, come on.
Because they don't have a consulate. They do a consulate in Tahiti.
To get it going.
They had immigration connections, yeah. And then because they only speak French over
Oh, I think I'm going to have to play this one. So a few of these are duds.
Made at home.
They have to be quite symmetrical in order to work properly. Can you hear that? Yeah. And sometimes when you blow it on the side, you can hear a different sound, but only yourself can hear it. But you can imagine playing it to the womb if you have a baby inside, and those vibrations are supposed to clear up the congestion. Yeah. Porotiti.
And then the MPI lady came over because I had this bag of corals.
This one's been made out of kauri wood and been covered with whale oil. Yeah.
So I've got these.
My name's Selena Angela Bursic. Selena is means it's Greek for goddess of the moon and the sea. That's my pickup line at a nightclub. Angela is my grandfather thought I was an angel when I was born. Must have been the only one because most babies don't look that great when they're born. So so I got named Angela. And Bursic is Croatian. I'm from Hokulea, Croatia. Never been there. Just been to Croatia recently, but not to Hokulea, which is an island of Croatia. Yeah, that's my name. And I'm from Hokianga. I live in Mitimiti. I'm an art teacher and I teach education for sustainability. Hey, 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 yahi ho, yahi ho, hey, hey, yahi hey, yahi hey, yahi hey, yahi hey ho. Hey, 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 yahi ho, yahi ho, hey, hey, yahi hey. Yahi hey 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 hey, yahi hey, yahi hey ho. That's the warrior woman song. You can they played it a lot when we went over to the Healing Our Spirits Worldwide.
Nice.
And the lady that composed it, she was in the river, and then it came to her while she was sit in the river.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of women sing it, and then they all put their hand up at the end and do this on the last verse.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
And I think they do it like 6 or 7 times, the repetitive thing, but they do it with a drum as well. So a big skin drum, dum, 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 dum. The drums that they have.
So beautiful.
Yeah, so that's from the Musqueam tribe, Indian Musqueam band.
Yes.
That's what they were called, yeah. The Musqueam Indian band. We're like, you just call yourself Indians? And they're like, yeah, that's our thing, and we're a band. I said, oh, okay.
Kia rahi ana koe a mātou e whai ana I te aka kataputi ngāpua. Oi oi o nuku oi oi o rangi oi oi o nonehera.
So as Kipa said earlier, the name of these kohatu is Toka Tumuana. They symbolize the linkages between the sea and the land, the linkages between the hapu of the Bay of Islands here, the linkages between ourselves and our whanaunga in Hokianga, in Ngāpuhi, the linkages between the Taitamatane, the west coast, Taitamawahine, the east coast. Also the linkages between the sky and the earth, man and woman, all the linkages you want. Between iwi, Ngāti Ruawāhia, and all of us. So those toka symbolize those linkages between us, between our environment. Ai. No reira tērā te hakamārama mo wera toka. Now, as I said earlier, it's not a time for mihi or welcoming, it's a time for farewelling. You are going off on your journey. Safe travels and fair seas and good winds.
Aloha, aloha e, ke kau aloha wale mai la ka mai, ka mauna o pali ukua, I ku aloha me ka Marae.
Ki te maro taku tū, I ara mai ne ki uta. Tainga I te aitu, kia ronga hau e te pau, ko te pau tāheke, ko te pau o te parerua. Tū mai te toki o hangi e hui e, tai e.
Awesome. And we'll just get one more.
Yeah, I'll take a photo. Oh, go in there, mate.
Bevor ich gleich nochmal zu meinem ganz persönlichen und ganz besonderen Highlight komme, ja, es war was sehr, sehr Emotionales für mich. Ja, möchte ich euch schon mal sagen, ich bin mittlerweile auch schon an der nächsten Geschichte dran. Und wie ihr sehen könnt, ich reise hier zwar durch Neuseeland, aber mache das halt anders. Nicht so wie die meisten Leute jetzt hier. Gebe euch Einblicke, die es auf anderen Kanälen nicht so gibt. Und ich möchte natürlich diesen Kanal auf eine Qualität heben, auf ein Niveau bringen. Ja, und das ist zu viel für eine einzelne Person. Da muss ich mir im Hintergrund ein Team aufbauen. Da brauche ich Unterstützung für. Und du kannst helfen. Und zwar ganz einfach, indem du unten einmal auf Abonnieren drauf drückst. Das ist für dich vollkommen kostenlos, aber ich verspreche dir, es wird nicht umsonst sein. Denn ich will euch an noch spannendere, noch coolere, noch interessantere Orte bringen. Gut, die Feierlichkeiten sind jetzt schon 3,5 Wochen liegen die zurück, fast 4. Ich bin noch in den letzten Zügen vom Schnitt. Es dauert halt eben alles ein bisschen. Was ich wirklich da erlebt habe für mich selber, das kann ich da immer noch nicht in eine Worte fassen. Ich weiß immer noch nicht, wie ich es erzählen kann. Denn der größte Teil für mich persönlich, der ist auch abseits der Kamera passiert. Das ist abends am Lagerfeuer gewesen. Die Gespräche, die ich da hatte mit den Leuten von der Co., mit der Maori-Gemeinde vor Ort. Und in der Einrede wurde es auch erzählt, das ist ein Ort von gigantischer Gastfreundschaft und ich kann das persönlich auch nur bestätigen. Und ich bin da extremst herzlich aufgenommen worden. Ich habe da übernachten dürfen, habe da gegessen, habe die Dusche benutzt und ich möchte an dieser Stelle mich nochmal bei jedem Einzelnen nochmal wirklich ganz herzlich bedanken für die vielen netten Gespräche, für die lieben Worte, für diese einmalige Erfahrung, die ich da haben durfte. Und ich kann leider nicht alles erzählen, was da noch daneben passiert ist. Nicht jeder wollte auch gefilmt werden dabei, aber ich habe auch nebenbei so viele Sachen gezeigt bekommen, beigebracht bekommen. Die ganzen Holzschnitzereien, die Verziehung, das ist halt mehr als Dekoration. Da hat jede Kleinigkeit, jedes Detail hat eine Bedeutung dahinter. Da steckt eine ganze Geschichte hinter. Ich habe auch was gehört über die Naturverbundenheit der Maori, dass die früher schon extreme Naturschutzgesetze hatten. Viele Regeln. Ich will das jetzt auch gar nicht alles so wiedergeben, weil sonst bringe ich da noch irgendwas durcheinander oder interpretiere irgendwas falsch. Also ich bin da extrem dankbar für dieses ganz besondere Erlebnis. Ich kann es immer noch nicht richtig ausdrücken. Ich stammel immer noch rum. Ich lasse es, glaube ich, einfach bei dem Gestammel, was ich da vor 3,5 Wochen da in die Kamera gesprochen habe. Da merkt man zumindest das, wie ich es empfunden habe. Das ist jetzt noch mal ein bisschen anders hier. Das ist, hey, ich bin irgendwie hingekommen als Zuschauer, irgendwie bin da zum Gast geworden, zum Teil der Veranstaltung. Das war also der Moment, wo ich dann irgendwie das Gefühl hatte, ein Teil dieser Gruppe zu sein. Ja, mit zur Familie gehören sozusagen. Und das kann man nicht in Bildern festhalten, das kann man nicht richtig in Worten wiedergeben. Ich möchte mich ganz herzlich dafür bedanken, dass ich dabei sein durfte, dass ihr sehen durfte, dass ich da so herzlich aufgenommen worden bin. Und das sind aber alles Worte, die sind meiner Meinung nach nicht stark genug, um das auszudrücken, was ich fühle. So irgendwie, danke, es ist mir eine Ehre. Das, was ich gerne ausdrücken möchte, ist viel, viel, viel mehr als das. Und ich weiß nicht, wie ich es tun soll. Aber vielleicht versteht ihr, was ich meine.
te hono ki te tātai hono. A rātou mā, uri hau o rātou waka ki tua nuku taurua, ki hau ki te hoki mai, a rātou ki a rātou. Tāpi te hono ki te tātai hono, a tātou e hiko e tonu ana ki runga te mata o te whenua ki a tātou. E nā koutou,